Item number 2, open forum. This is the portion of the agenda where the public can speak to any items on the agenda that do not have a public hearing. Please stand and state the name of your name before stating the nature of your business. Back row.
I would just like to let the town council know that there has been a resignation on the school board. That would be for Caitlin Brinkman. She has moved out of the municipality. Her seat was one of the seats that would need to be re-elected in November on the 6th. So, just for your information.
Item number 3, discussion to consider a personnel matter.
I'll make a motion that we suspend the rules.
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded to suspend the rules. All those in favor? 6-0.
I'll make a motion that we terminate the June 13, 2012 agreement with William Reed and the town of Lincoln effective immediately.
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded. Any discussion? All those in favor? 6-0. We're going to take about a 10-minute recess. Okay.
Motion that we suspend the rules.
Second.
I move that we retire. Oh, sorry.
Motion's been made and seconded to suspend the rules. All those in favor? 6-0.
I move that we retire into executive session pursuant to MRSA Section 4056A for the purpose of discussing personnel issues.
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded. Any discussion? All those in favor? 6-0.
Make a motion that we suspend the rules.
Second.
Motion been made and seconded to suspend the rules. All those in favor? 6-0.
Make a motion that we appoint Bill Lawrence as interim town manager.
Second.
Motion been made and seconded. Any discussion? All those in favor? 6-0.
Would you like me to administer his oath?
Yes.
Yep.
Raise your right hand, please. Do you, William Lawrence, swear that you will support the Constitution of the United States and of the state of Maine so long as you shall continue to be a citizen thereof, so help you God?
I do.
And do you, William Lawrence, swear that you will faithfully discharge, to the best of your abilities, the duties incumbent upon you as the interim town manager, according to the Constitution, the laws of the state, and the town of Lincoln?
I do.
Okay. Second.
Okay, what we'd like to do to discuss kind of an overview. They didn't get a chance to speak the other night, so I'd like basically Ruth and Jabet to take turns to explain the overview of exactly how we're seeing this problem right now. So I don't know who wants to take the lead.
Well, as you know, the last budget process we had last year, there were some definite, we have a process that we go through every year where Jabet, myself, the town manager, all work together on the budget to formulate the budget because of all the integral parts of it. Last year, we took the TIF payments to the companies out of the budget. realizing that might cause problems with my mill rate calculations, in July, you revoted the budget, added that back in. I never got the pages. I had a certified budget without those numbers. I went to commitment, did commitment the way I always did, subtracted out the payments to the company, subtracted the revenue, went to commitment. I always give my paperwork to Jabet to proof. Jabet proofed it. We thought everything was fine. What we didn't realize is that I didn't have those pages. I had subtracted out twice the payments to the company, and that revenue figure had actually included something that is included in my calculation sheet, so that recorded that revenue twice. The actual TIF budget is always estimated, and the estimated budget that we approved at that budget hearing actually was a lot less than what the actual TIF budget was. So because I had an additional expenditures of $200,000, plus I had additional income, the net result wasn't that total of what that mathematical error came out. It was offset by that. In addition, we had revenues that we didn't anticipate and expenditures we didn't spend. That's why the net difference was the $258, which Mindy found. Once this was brought to our attention, Jabet and I both felt that this needed to be taken care of immediately. We knew what we had done, the errors that had occurred, and I will apologize up front for my part in it. Certainly, I would have wished that not to happen, obviously. I care about the town. I've worked here for many, many years. I don't think anybody would question how I feel about Lincoln. At any rate, we decided that we needed to move forward quickly. We knew what we could do as far as identifying reserves that had been just sitting there, looking at the budget to look at cuts, looking at what we could re-qualify as TIF expenditures. We got it pretty much almost down to the mill rate that we had last year, the 1986. But this is in draft form, and right now we're going to proof all these figures, make sure that they're TIF qualified, and then we have it all on the budget spreadsheets. We have it separated like the consultants wanted, and so we feel that we can move forward and give you a draft to look at with different options very quickly. And Jabet, I don't know if you want to add to that?
Jabet, any confusion on maybe when we had the bond come in on the public works road?
Yeah, I guess part of the discussion that I had with the department managers this week is the shortfall in cash flow was sort of masked last year, because if you all remember, in May of 2011, we were qualified for the bond payment from the Maine Municipal Bond Bank, and we received that $940,000 in May of 2011. So that's why at the end of June of 2011, you'll see that the UDF, the undesignated fund balance, or fund balance, actually included $940 designated for the public works garage expense that we knew we were going to have in the following year. So if you look at the June 2011 audit report, it shows the fund balance at a little over $3 million, which included the $940. So the cash flow was sort of masked from May through until November or December, when we started making large payments to the contractor. And that's why it wasn't apparently clear, in my opinion, to me and others, that we were having this difficulty until about March, when I said, holy cow, we've never been in this situation before. Where's all the money? How am I going to pay the bills? And I mentioned to Lisa, or I guess, yeah, just before she left, because she left sometime in March. And so at that point, I knew there was a problem, and didn't know quite exactly what the problem was. And that's why when Mindy came to do the audit, I said, look at this, because I'm not sure what's going on. Plus the TRIO system at the end of June sort of created some other issues with fund balance, because it was doing some things in the background that I didn't know it was going to do. Didn't understand the software very well. So those two things kind of made it go a little extra long than it should have. Should have been identified sooner.
Everybody else set? David Lloyd has something real quick.
Very quick. What I'm going to give you tonight is a draft lease agreement for the airport hangar. What I'd like to have is just a head nod tonight, if I'm going in the right direction or not. We're looking at lease rates of $125 a month per plane. And what I'd like to do is, anybody that's offering or willing to enter into a long-term lease, 1 year, we would give them 1 month free. This would generate revenue for the airport. If we can fill it with 5 planes on an annual basis, it'll cover the maintenance of the airport. Right now, I have 5 people that's willing to move in for 6 months. So, you would just look that over and let me know any concerns you have. I can change it, like I said, it's just a draft at this point.
Do our insurances cover these planes that are in the hangar?
Javette and I are currently researching that. That will be, I do have a clause in there about the insurance. The dollar figure will be figured into that lease agreement once we get it from the insurance
Sort
company.
of a renter's insurance?
Yes. The rate that I come up with, 125, I researched both airports in the area, Millinocket and Old Town. Millinocket charges between $100 and $150. Old Town is $100. I wanted to be right in the middle because I didn't want to draw pilots from either airport because we had cheap rates. So that's where the 125 come in.
Is everyone all set on him moving, taking us to the next step?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Item number 4.
Motion to adjourn.